It's Jess.
Hi! This week is Thanksgiving, and so I had to go to Whole Foods and get all the things that I needed to prepare my own vegan Thanksgiving meal because I'm going to visit family and no one else is vegan. So I had to get a couple things that I'm going to have for myself and a couple things that I can use to modify their recipes so that I can eat them, and then a few things that are snacky throughout the day. So I'm gonna do a Thanksgiving vegan grocery haul for everybody. So let's jump right into it, shall we? Okay, so I found vegan marshmallows and I'm very excited about it. I'm going to use those to make my candied yams, which I got 3 of. I figured that I can bring what I'm going to eat for the day to the family's house, and the rest I can just keep here and eat for the rest of Thanksgiving leftovers throughout the week. Then I just bought a can of the whole cranberry sauce. I didn't want to go through the whole process of making it myself just because I'm the only person who's going to eat this anyways. But I did get an orange so that I can use some of the Orange Supreme crescents and the peel to add to the cranberry sauce to give it a little bit of extra zest. That's what my mom does, but she makes it fresh because she's awesome. And then I got celery, a big bunch of celery, and a whole bag of yellow onions for the mirepoix that I'm going to use to do the vegan gravy and the vegan stuffing. So I got this for the stuffing, which is one of the really seeded breads there at Whole Foods that they must make it in-house or have a company that brings it in, but it smells really good. And I'm going to use my mom's recipe. She always makes the best stuffing. So I also got some cranberries because I put those in the stuffing as well. What we usually do is we soak the cranberries in some of the broth. Well, my mom uses turkey, so she uses the turkey broth, but I have vegetable broth that I bought, and I'm gonna soak it in some of the warmth of the vegetable broth with the celery and the onions, and then I use that to pour on top of the bread for the stuffing, and it's very, very good. Speaking of gravy, I got the Better Than Bouillon base that's reduced sodium. It's vegetable base. I found a really great recipe online. Maybe I'll link it or talk about it down in the comment section, but it was talking about using a Better Than Bouillon chicken, no chicken base, which was very specific, and Whole Foods didn't have that. They had actual chicken base and actual turkey base, which is not gonna do anything for me because I'm vegan. So I got the vegetable one, so I'm gonna try that out and probably update on my social media how that went. Then I got cornstarch to thicken the gravy and also to thicken the cherry filling of the pie that I'm going to make for Thanksgiving. I figured I'm just gonna make one pie because it's probably going to also be pumpkin and chocolate pie there. So I'm gonna make cherry pie because that's gonna be really the only dessert that I can eat. Make it vegan, and then I'm just gonna probably keep the other shell for another day. And then I got some dinner rolls that have no milk and no eggs in them, so that's awesome, so I get to partake in that. I also got some pumpkin seeds that I'm going to add to the stuffing to give it just like a little bit of extra healthy factor and some crunch. I also have this really neat Trilogy seed blend that I'm gonna add. Hang on, I'll show you. Whole Trilogy. It's got flax, chia, and hemp seeds. I pretty much add this to everything. I put this on my cereal or like my granola at the beginning of the day. I put it in my smoothies. It's just really great. It's got natural omega-3s and it's vegan, so I'll probably add some of this into the stuffing as well. Then I got pecan halves. I'm gonna toast these or like roast them to add to the candied yams with the vegan marshmallows. That is going to be so decadent. And I got a poultry blend. They had these amazing giant bunches of rosemary and sage and thyme that just smelled so good. Like I just stood there smelling the bunches, but I don't need quite that much because I'm not doing a turkey, and so a lot of people use those to flavor the turkey on the inside. But I just got the little package like this that I'm going to use for just about everything. Except for the pie. I'm gonna put it in the stuffing, and I'm gonna put a little bit in with the gravy, and probably some in with the yams. Maybe I'll add some chopped up to the mashed potatoes that we're gonna be doing. So this is just, it smells so good. I just love that so much. And speaking of mashed potatoes, I got vegan butter so that I can partake in the mashed potatoes. I think they're gonna do instant potatoes just because it's easier and that's always what they use. But I'm gonna bring a container of soy milk and just ask them to make it with soy milk instead of with regular milk so I can have some. Then for the snacking throughout the day, sometimes we do like a vegan, or not vegan always, but sometimes we do like a cheese plate. And for those of you who know me, I make really elaborate cheese plates with like cheeses from all over the world, hard cheeses, soft cheeses, flavored cheeses, herb cheeses, berry cheeses. And then for those of the people who eat meat, I do like prosciutto, salami, I do mortadella, like all kinds of really interesting meats. But for me, I'm going to have my own vegan cheeses that I'm going to bring. I got tofuti, which is a vegan cream cheese. It's just plain, there's no added flavor to it. So I can separate some of this out and maybe mix in some of these seasoning blends so I can have like a herb cream cheese spread, and maybe I can do some roasted garlic and just mash that down in with it. Oh, that actually sounds really good. I probably will do that. They have flavored cream cheeses at Whole Foods and sometimes at Publix, Yoko's. It's really, really good, but it's just one flavor and it's like $6 sometimes. They had like a garlic one, they have a sun-dried tomato one, they have a plain one. So I figured I'm just gonna get the tofu plain one because it's lower in calories and it's made out of tofu, so it's good, you know, pretty good amount of protein per serving. And then I'm just gonna separate a little bit out and do different flavored spreads for myself. And then I have chow cheese here at my house that I'm gonna take with me, but then I also found this really interesting just like mature cheddar slices that are totally vegan, and I've never tried this brand before, but it's made with coconut oil and vitamin B12. So I'm gonna bring this along with me so I can have that. And then I also got this vegan Parmesan. It's actually really hard, like a real Parmesan. Sometimes you can find the vegan Parmesan shreds, but this one I got, I'm just gonna do tiny slices on crackers with the jams and pestos and stuff and see what it comes out as. It looks pretty promising. I've seen this before and I almost got it one other time before, but I skipped it. So this time I got it. And then the pièce de la résistance, is that right? French? The centerpiece. I got the field roast hazelnut cranberry roast en croûte with rosemary, candied ginger, and sausage stuffing. They had so many options there for vegan roast. They have the field roast celebration roast, which is like $10.99. It's the little tiny, like practically one person serving. They had other giant roasts like this from other companies, but this one just, I tried the Gardein one last year for last Thanksgiving and I didn't really like it that much. Like I didn't finish it and I had to drench it in like mashed potatoes and stuff to like help with the flavor because it was just really bland to me. And I maybe I should have made like a special sauce for it or something, but it just didn't do it for me. So this time I got this one. I splurged a little bit. It was a little bit pricey and it does technically serve like 8 people. But I figure I'm gonna be eating Thanksgiving leftovers the rest of this week because I did spend quite a bit of money on all of these vegan groceries at Whole Foods. Granted, I could have bought the veggies and stuff at like a lower price store, but then I would have had to do more than one trip, and I just, with Thanksgiving coming and I've got to make all these recipes in time and bring them with me, it's just gonna be so much easier that I got it all done in one store. So this is going to be my food for the whole week, practically, because I'm going to have to make it work. But this just looks really, really yummy. I mean, look at this picture. It has like this flaky crust, which is vegan, and sometimes it's like with butter and stuff, but it's vegan. So I'm gonna make that vegan gravy to go on top of this. Oh, it looks really promising. It just looks really, really yummy. And Field Roast is always really great. I love their products. So that is my vegan haul. I did get a couple other things for myself, like bananas for my breakfast and stuff like that, but I also got some soup for myself for some dinners before leading up to Thanksgiving, low sodium and vegan. Actually, I'm gonna show them to you. So this is the butternut squash, low fat, low sodium Amy's soup. I always love butternut squash soup anyway, so I figured I'd give it a try. And then this one is the Pacific Organic Vegetable, lentil, and roasted red pepper soup. Reduced sodium. You know, you gotta watch your sodium intake when you're dieting, which is what I'm trying to do. And then this is the vegetable broth that I got, also low in sodium, that I'm gonna use for the gravy and the stuffing and stuff like that. So that is my vegan grocery haul. I hope you enjoyed looking at all the little treats that I'm gonna have. Like a normal person, I'm probably going to take a picture of my Thanksgiving plate and realize most of us are eating the same thing, but some of these things are gonna be like recipes that I kind of just invented. And then the stuffing thing is my mom's recipe. It's so good. It's just my favorite part of Thanksgiving for like years and years. It's always been my favorite part. So thank you for joining in. I put out new videos every Monday. Sometimes it's personal, sometimes it's a vlog, sometimes it's comedic. I'm quickly approaching 30 videos already on this channel. So make sure you give that like and subscribe button a 1-2 punch. Comment down below and share the video if you really like it. And I'll see you guys next week. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.